Hello, my name is Vernice, and this is my podcast, Speak Up. Shout out to my new listeners out there. Hope you guys are all having a great November. For those of you that don't know, the mission statement for this podcast is we'll use our voices to motivate people to overcome life challenges through self-love and respect. So this is a place for self-love and respect. I am so excited for tonight's episode. I have a very, very special guest. You guys give it up for Ashley Imani. Hi.
Hey, first of all, come on, intro. That was cute.
Shout out to LeGree Shine and local astronauts. Thank you. Glad you enjoyed it.
Oh, local astronauts. That's my family.
Oh, shit. Hey, look. We all in here. We do a little welcome for you. Yes, welcome. How you doing?
I'm amazing. I got a day off today, so I've been chilling all day, just binge watching. What is it? Love is Blind.
Oh, that sounds good.
And yeah, just kind of just chilling, really.
I heard that. I'm good. Good month so far. I've been resting this whole month. Just kind of like I feel rejuvenated. I feel like I have a clear mind and ready to conquer the rest of the year. So
I love that. Okay.
Let's do it. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Ashley Imani. I'm born and raised in Los Angeles. I am formerly known as a professional roller skater, but I also am a music artist as well, and now a new author as well. And yeah, I've just been in entertainment my whole life and just doing what I love, really.
Yeah, we're gonna get into your music and your book in a little bit, but how long have you been skating, and who taught you how to skate?
So I've been skating since I was about 10 months old. My mom taught me. She actually used to run Road on Wheels, which for the listeners, if you don't know what that is, that's like the Cascade of LA. So she put me in skates at 10 months old because she skated. So she wanted me to, just pick up the same hobby she had.
Okay. And did you ever imagine skating being something that would become your profession?
Absolutely not. There was nobody else really doing it. So I just did it because I loved it. It's also like, it's very therapeutic. So, just growing up, because my mom worked there, I was there almost every day. I did do some work in high school, like a couple music videos and things like that. Because my older sister, she was already doing that. And so she would get me bookings or whatever, but I never thought I'd be doing it on this scale, if that makes sense.
You be getting it.
I be trying.
Let us skate the rink. Oh, I need to go skating. Oh my goodness, you want to go skate now?
Yes, we gotta go when I come back.
I'm with it. And for my viewers out there, I got a couple videos of her skating. Let's check these out real quick. And also the other big moment, I got one more for y'all. Wow. So how was that for you? Like, being on the big screen and those big shows?
Honestly, it was like super surreal. It's like, it's kind of crazy because time flies. Like I know I'm getting older, but I don't feel older. You know what I mean? So it's like dreaming of being on these type of stages my whole life, and then it actually being a reality is very surreal because I don't know. It's like you really living your dreams, and like even though you believe in yourself, it's like dang, it's like really actually happening. But in those moments, well, at least for myself, I'm not really thinking about all that, like, because then I'll probably just freak out. Right? So, being at Super Bowl, I was just motivated by my peers, and then Usher. Like, this is now going on my 4th year of working with Usher, so more so just challenging myself to like match his energy and make him proud. Like that was more of my motivation, and that was like keeping me grounded to make me feel like, okay, this is like, we're not going to think about the thousands of people who are watching. We're going to more so just focus on the performance itself. So in that moment, I was trying not to think about how many people were watching me or really taking in how many people were even in the stadium. I was just kind of like, all right, just lock in on what you were born to do and what you've been doing your whole life. So, yeah.
I remember watching the Super Bowl and screaming when it showed you. I was like, "Oh my goodness!" Like, I was like, it's just amazing. You never know like who you're inspiring. I want to say you're inspiring me and many others out there, and just seeing the steps move forward. It shows like don't give up. Like tonight's episode, y'all will be about not giving up on yourself. But yeah, we'll get into that. But yeah, like it just shows.
That's amazing. Like, and honestly, I really like hearing that because that is like one of my biggest whys, right? Like, I just have always been a people person. I've always cared about my community, and like to know that what I'm doing is inspiring other people to do what they want to do. It always it makes me feel extremely happy and like emotional. So thank you for telling me that.
Yes, give yourself your flowers. You're getting your flowers right here from me too. So yeah, so now, so you also mentioned that you are an author. I looked into it. So tell us about your children's book, Wheels of Courage.
Yes, I actually have it right here too.
Oh, woo! She got it for you.
I'm actually really proud about this. I just know that like within my life, like, you come across moments of people like telling you can't do something or you're not good enough to do something. And it could be family, it could be friends, it could be a partner, it could be an enemy. And I think that it was important for me to give the kids the gems at an early age so they can learn how to navigate that no matter what it is that they're aspiring to be. And basically Asha, she reminds me of myself. Her character is really a reflection of myself, and Sparkle is her imaginary friend, but in retrospect, Sparkle is like your subconscious mind or like your guardian angel, that voice in your head that tells you like you can do this, like you need to keep going. And I think children should know like about these things at a young age. And I just feel like when I was a kid, it wasn't really instilled in me in that way, like from reading the books that I was reading. So I felt like, well, this would be a good way to give back and like really encourage young kids, and even more so little girls who look like me who may enjoy even roller skating, right? And that may really want to do that. I just wanted to be able to relate to it in that way and feel like, okay, no matter what, I can do this and I'm special in my own way. Like we all have our own magic. We all have our own thing. There's enough room for everybody. There's no reason to compete with other people. It's much better to just compete with yourself. Just be the best version of yourself. And so my series of books, like, because I plan on writing more, I want to implement that in different ways. So
yes, congratulations on that. And I think it's beautiful too, because it's like, I think we need to bring back hobbies. Like, skating's a hobby, painting, whatever. Like you said, being a little kid, seeing those things, it's like, oh, let me keep at it. Like, I wish I kept at some of the hobbies I did when I was a child.
Yes.
You're touching the youth, so you're already, planting seeds for them when they get older. So
exactly. And another thing is like, sometimes you just don't know like how things may happen for you, right? Like, for instance, like, yeah, skating was my hobby. And what people don't know is I actually wasn't skating for like 8 years because I was in Texas for college. And so, when I came back home, I was really rusty, low key. Like, I mean, to other people, I might have been good, but to myself and to some of my peers, I probably would have been pretty rusty. But during the pandemic, I was bored and our rinks were closed. So, it wasn't like I was able to go to the rink. So I was out in the street and I was skating just because there was nothing else to do. And it was, like I said, it's therapeutic. And at the time, and still is, but I was really focused on my music. Like my friends were like, you need to show that you skate more. And I was just like, why? Like, I really don't want to be known as like the roller girl. Like, because in my brain, it didn't process that way, right? Because no one else had done it. It wasn't something that had been done before. So to me, it didn't really make sense. And I was like, no, I want people to know me for my music. And so I never would have imagined that skating would even get me in position to meet the people that I've met, or that, you know, just create a whole network in that world based off of my hobby. So that's why I say, like, go after your dreams regardless, like, and still continue your hobbies too, because your hobbies, it helps keep you in tune with your childlike self, or whatever they may do for you. So if you keep up with the hobbies, you never even know how the hobbies can be used as a tool to get you to where you want to go.
That's big. Yeah, that's where I think of like Rihanna, like with singing and then going into the industry she's in, and Nipsey too.
Exactly.
He used rap to get to where. So it's like you're doing it, and you know, and you're able to put it with your music. You know, skating to your songs and other people's music. Like, I'm sorry, y'all got me in love with "Everybody" by Kaylin. To feel like I'll have been lit.
Yes,
like,
me and Storm. I love Storm.
Y'all shout out to
shout out to Storm. That was fun.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so look, we're on music now. So speaking of music, let's get into your artist spotlight. Yeah, so what got you into music, and how would you personally describe your music style?
Okay, so initially I've been playing the piano since I was 3.5. I'm classically trained. My mom had me involved in everything. Okay, so shout out to her. I don't know how she did that, but yeah, I've been playing the piano since I was 3.5. I was in the choir my whole life up until the end of high school. And then within me playing the piano, I had recitals every year. And it's quite interesting because every year I'd have a recital. The trophy got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was like, I just couldn't wait for the recital, right? So that kind of fueled my love for the stage. Like, I think that gratification, like, oh, okay, I reached this accomplishment. That was the initial like motivation. But then I started realizing, oh, this is actually my happy place. Like, so in high school, I joined the dance team, and you know, I had always, even with me being at the piano, it's actually really fun. I had always wanted to be an artist. I would sit at the piano and try to make up music. It wasn't that good, but I would try to make music with like my cousins and stuff, and we'd be singing. And I tell them all the time, like, I'm gonna be famous, or I'm gonna be a big artist. You know, you guys are gonna see. And the other part to it is that, like, when we were at World on Wheels, a lot of the artists were coming there to market their music. So they would perform there, they would sign posters. And I just remember seeing like the kids or like the fans, like reactions and how happy they were. And like I said, I'm a people person. So when I saw how those artists were affecting those people and like pretty much making their day or their week, it was like, man, I want to do that too. Like, that is, I know that has to be an amazing feeling. And so then when I would see them perform, it's like, I could do that. Like, I could dance, I could play the piano, I could sing, I could rap, and so it just really always stuck with me. Now, what got me to professionally to start doing it, actually when I started in college, and I went to college in Texas. So there was a point where I was losing myself. Like, I felt alone. I felt like I didn't belong. So many things. And so I met my group of friends that were recording, and I was like, let me try. Like, I want to try. So, you know, I asked him, like, how do you write a bar? Because at that time, I didn't really understand rapping. I would just rap other people's music. And so, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I didn't see you anymore. I was like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I would rap other people's music. And, okay. And so once I figured out how to write my own verse and I actually made it and I heard my own voice, I was like, oh, I sound dope. Oh, I got to do this. This is dope. And it just sparked that love that I had for it before, just on a whole nother level. And it just helped me like redefine myself and find peace in my own reality at the time. And one thing about me is, like, once I start something, I'm more than likely not going to quit it. So ever since then, I've just been making music. I think the only thing that I would say, because I'm honest, I'm not perfect. I'm a perfectionist. So a lot of times I would make a lot of music. I would put it out, take it down, or I would make it, not put it out, you know. So now I'm getting more comfortable with actually putting it out there and building some consistency.
And you out there doing it. So, tell us about your hot single, It's Me. I love it, by the way.
Ooh, that's my
Ooh,
jam.
I was playing in the car. I was like, ooh, I want to hear about
Well,
it.
I felt like, there's a lot of female artists out there, and there's a lot of goated female artists out there, from different regions, and I feel like there aren't that many from LA specifically that have reached a certain level, right?
That's huge.
So I felt like, man, we need some more representation. I mean, I know we do have some, like the cousins and stuff like that. But I felt like we needed more representation of our sound coming from females. And so I was motivated to get into that pocket so that I could and Kendrick was going too. I was like, let's keep it going. Like, and we got to show like we got girls that can do it too, So I kind of just felt like that's the pocket I wanted to be in at the time. And the thing about me is I have different sounds, as you guys will see as I start releasing music, because I don't want to be boxed. And like I said, I'm classically trained piano, so I really appreciate every genre. So if there's a way that I can blend different genres in one, then I'm going to try to do that, So, but It's Me is a powerful record. It's supposed to make people feel like nobody can stop them. Like, I am me. I believe in me no matter what you got going on. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do me regardless. It's me. And I feel like it worked. I feel like people were telling me, like, I listened to it in the gym. Like, it gets me going. It makes me feel like I was saying the words, like, and it made people feel like they were talking to their haters, or if they were angry, they could get it off, So that's what that record really was made for.
And yeah, I love your voice too. Like, you have a very unique style too. It's very creative.
Thank you.
Music is definitely one of your lanes. I agree.
Thank you, sis. Thank you. And you know what? Shout out to my team, Bam, Lowe's, and Charity. They get in the studio with me. We get in there. We create. We write. They help vocal produce me. Like, I mean, I already have my foundation, but I also love like learning. I love elevating myself. And I feel like sometimes it's best to have like an outside opinion to help you take it to another level, because you only know what you know. So I just want to shout them out too, because I really love them for helping me with that record for sure.
Shout out. And I'm big on that phrase, we're students first.
Cannot forget Mosky, because Mosky produced it. So
there you go.
That's my big brother. He would kill me if I left him out. So yes.
Shout out. And like I said, I'm big on that phrase. I'm a student first. So I love that you brought that up. Yes. So you guys, tonight's in honor of Ashley Imani, tonight's episode is titled Roll All the Way. So we're going to be talking about the importance of not giving up. We're going to be talking about the importance of direction over speed. So let's get into tonight's Ask Up question. So for my listeners out there, if you're out there listening, please comment. I do go back and read the comments, and I'm going to go ahead and answer first and let Ashley answer. But tonight's Ask Up question is, how do you keep yourself motivated to chase your dreams? So yeah, we know it gets challenging. You have your moments you feel like giving up. Me personally, I focus on my why. I like to think about, okay, why did I start in the first place? And I like to look at how far I came. I think we need to start giving ourselves our flowers along the way. There's really no end result to success or your goal, because every time you meet a goal, it's always something else you're trying to reach. So I learned to just pat myself on the back as I go and look forward, like see the cup half full instead of half empty, and always showing gratitude. So that keeps me motivated when things feel challenged. So what about you? How do you keep yourself motivated to chase your dreams?
Well, there's a couple different things. I mean, of course, the why is everything. Like, your why is why you do it. So, like, one of my whys is my family. Like, my mother, my father, they're getting older. Like, so then the roles start eventually switching. And I want them to always be good. I also don't have children yet. And I know what kind of lifestyle I want to give them. So, I think about those whys. Like, okay, actually, you can't give up, And then more importantly, it's like, how does what I'm doing make me feel when I'm doing it? Like, it makes me feel happy. So right now, this moment of me feeling low or discouraged is only a moment, but if I put myself in the place of when I'm actually doing what it is that I love, it's like, I don't want to lose that. So then I start thinking, what else would I be doing? Like, what else could I see myself doing? And quite frankly, nothing. I don't think anything else can give me that type of satisfaction or make me feel as accomplished. I literally feel like I'm not doing enough or not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So I think about that. And then whenever I'm feeling low, I think the best thing for me to do is to think about what I'm grateful for, like the smallest things in life. You know, there's a lot of people who don't have the opportunities that I do have or that I've already had, you know, and that would love to be in place of that. So I don't ever want to slap God in the face and not show him my gratitude for the position that he's given me. So that's really mostly how, just regrounding myself, really.
Beautiful answer. Yes, I love that. And you guys, so let's talk about the importance of not giving up on your dreams and passions. Honestly, I even on the hard chapters, I feel like it all happens for a reason. It's all molding us into our purpose. I did an episode and I was talking about how if you let's say you want let's use your profession as an example. If you didn't practice skating, go through all those years, get the confidence, would you be able to skate during the Super Bowl? And I think about that. If I'm like, I want to speak in front of thousands of people, if I haven't had the smaller gigs or little, like small media, interview one person successfully, how can I do that? So I really look at each step as stepping stones, even when it gets hard, just like building muscle, and I like what you said too about what else would I be doing? Do we want to live life with a bunch of regrets? Like, dang, I should have stuck to that when it's something you really love and care about. So
exactly,
those are big for me. And and your dreams may come from a hobby, and it's like it might turn into, like you said, it might turn into something great.
Exactly. You just have to learn how to treat life almost like chess. Like, you have to realize, like, one thing is setting you up for the next thing instead of just thinking it's gonna stop there. Like, you can do whatever you want to do. Like 3 years ago, I didn't know I was gonna put out a book, right? Not right away. Or I didn't know that I would be working on a couple of the other projects that I have. I don't want to speak about yet, but you never know, like, what ideas God gives you, and you don't know why he's put you in position that he's put you in. Trust me, when I first started doing the skate thing, I didn't know Usher was going to hit me up to a year. It was like a year and a half later, like, to come on to the residency. I didn't know that, but I did see how I was affecting other people's lives by even just posting videos. So that's what kept me going. So that's back to the why, right? So I just kept going. And then that put me in position for the next thing. So it was like, that was the tool to get me to this spot. Now this is the tool to get me to that spot. And then you just keep going. Like you just said, like, you building muscle to get to the goal. So yeah.
Now you ready for, like, what did Nipsey say? How long to opportunity with preparation? That's real. So
he gave us too many gems. Okay,
it's too many. I got one tatted on me too, so I understand. Yeah.
Look out! Yeah. I need to get one tatted too.
Right at this point, and I really believe too, not giving up really comes from believing in yourself. Just like we believe in our friends when we see they have a special talent, we're like supporting them, investing in them. Are we doing that for ourselves as well? And I think that'll help us keep that confidence. So, question. Before getting in the chapter in life that you're currently in, how did you keep yourself focused, like, from distractions?
Oh, that's a good one. Honestly, like I said, I am really big on perseverance. That's why I could even make this book. Like, I have pretty good self willpower as far as, like, finishing what I started. My mom pretty much taught me that. So, there was no quitting for me. Like, there was no quitting. I just feel like preparation is everything. And what was I saying? What did you ask me again? I'm sorry.
The question was, how did you stay focused with distractions?
How did I stay focused? Yes. So I've been working on myself so much, like reading books and meditating and things like that. So when I feel like something is becoming a distraction, then I actually have to take a step back and, like, analyze the situation and go, this is not actually benefiting or adding to what I already have going on in my life. So I need to cut that out, and luckily too, I have a really strong support system, like my friends they are my accountability partners. If I'm falling off, they're going to tell me, Ashley, what are you doing? You need to get back on it, you know? So it's not just me. Like, I do have a really solid support system too, because trust me, there's been times where I could easily get distracted, whether it's dating, you know, life challenges or whatever. But like I said, if you just focus on the goal and stick to it, then it becomes easier and easier to kind of like churn out the distractions, because you don't want to lose what you work so hard for over something minute.
Temporary,
You know?
reminder.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a great answer. It is now time for the tweet up segment. I like to use Twitter I tweeted last week. I know, right? Something that I tweeted last week that goes with today's episode is direction matters more than speed. So this is a huge one. I know we in a time of social media, this, and this, or you're watching other people's chapter 50, you're on chapter 3. But honestly, when you, I feel like it's something beautiful about taking your time and like gaining that clarity as you make the steps. I mean, we all rushed into a wall before. We've all done that. And you'd be like, dang, I should have regrouped and got myself together. And, I seen a video that talked about how like our nervous system is actually more regulated when we're calm, and things like that. So I've been working on that, taking a deep breath. I notice I walk fast. I'm like, you know what? I don't have to do all that. And when you do that, you actually have more ideas. So, patience also, it brings that clarity. So question, have you ever had a time in your life when you felt like you needed to slow down and regroup? If so, how did you pivot?
Yes, I did. All the time, actually. I think even still to this day, I have those moments sometimes, right? But then I have to kind of like think like, let's just say, the only way, like we're cornered somewhere and the only way out is to get to the top of the mountain and leap. If I were to take any shortcuts to get to that top of the mountain and leap, I probably would fall, because I done missed all the tools that God had lined up all the way up to get me to be able to glide once I leap. So it's like, you can't skip those steps. And you have to remind yourself that what's meant for you is meant for you. And your journey is not like someone else's journey. So that's another key point. You can't compare your journey to somebody else. And I feel like with social media, we get caught up in what we see, and we forget that people choose what they're showing you. You don't know what they've done or what they've been through to get there. And also, their journey is not your journey. So you have to remind yourself that everything I'm doing is God ordained. It's already written, right? And if I try to take these shortcuts, it doesn't mean I won't get there, but now I probably got to start over again, right? Like a video game. You fall, you fail, you got to start over. Like, so it's like, I just try to remind myself to take things day by day and to be patient with myself and my own process, because also within that process, like I said, you're getting your tools, your wisdom, you're learning things about not only other people in your situation, but also about yourself too. So yeah.
Ooh, that was a bar right there. I think you need to put that in a song somewhere.
I think I will.
Yeah, write that down after this.
I even forgot what I said, so I gotta watch the episode.
It's at 29 minutes, you'll know. You guys, it is now time for the Life Up segment. So the Life Up is when I take the topic or related to an issue in today's world. So we kind of already just touched upon it, but we'll list them again. So the Life Up for tonight is expecting instant gratification when it comes to your dreams, comparing yourself to other people's journey. We just brought that up. Allowing the steps to discourage you and not being kind to yourself on your journey. Ooh, so yeah, we already kind of touched on some of them, but these are huge. And I think it all goes with, these are things that could all make us give up. Think about all those things somehow, some way. And it's like knowing how to silence that and still pivot through it. I've been learning the importance of pivoting through the pain. Like,
absolutely.
That's honestly where the growth is. Like, just like you said. And then, if you're being discouraged by the steps you got to take, you're never going to walk through. And I think that also goes with being careful who you say, if you have a support system, you do. But sometimes some people will discourage you as well. Like, oh, are you sure you want to do all that? That seemed like a lot. And we let people get in our heads sometimes and stop us when we know we're equipped for it. So
Right.
that's a bit. Also, like I said, being kind to yourself. I'm really big on positive self-talk. I really learned the importance of that over the past like 7 years, and it definitely helped me when things got hard. So any thoughts on the Life Up segment?
Absolutely. One of the best advices that one of my best friends gave me, it sticks to me every day. It was when I first went viral. I mean, I feel like I was on a high. I thought I hit the jackpot. I was like, oh my God, I'm on the stage. Like running around and just so happy and everything. But she did ground me again because she was like, Ashley, I just want you to make sure that when you continue to make content, that you don't do it with the intent to go viral. Do it with the intent to be yourself, because that's why you went viral. And so instead of focusing on that instant gratification, which comes from all the comments and the likes, it's more so back to my why. Like, okay, why did I post this? And did I touch one person with this post versus worrying about if millions of people saw it, And then to piggyback off of that, like even with Usher, that all happened at a time where I felt low. Like my outlook was off. I was like, man, like, am I falling off? Like, I feel like I'm not doing enough. I started questioning myself, kind of spiraling, going into somewhat of a depression. And one of my friends was like, Ashley, sometimes it's not about how many people see you. Sometimes it's about who sees you. And literally 2 weeks later, that's when Usher messages me to join the residency. So it's like, there's no point to kind of like rush your process, or there's no point to look for instant gratification, because you're still going to get the gratification. You just don't know when. And so that's where faith comes in. And as long as you have faith, you will be rewarded, because that's essentially what the law of attraction is, right? Like, you got to think positive to get positive back. But also, people must understand that faith without work is dead. You can't have faith and not work and think that something's going to happen. Like, you still got to put yourself out there, and then eventually something will unfold. So that's my put on that.
I think I'm posting this section of the interview for sure. Oh my God, making a tear come out my eye. Woo, that was beautiful. And you kind of just touched up on it, but if you want to add anything else, so what's a piece of advice you would give to a person who is thinking about giving up on their dreams?
Yeah, it's that. It's like, don't do it. Don't give up, because just like even with my book, in the book, it says it too. Like, you have your own magic. And you are powerful, and we all are a reflection of each other. So if I can do it, you can do it. If anybody can do it, you can do it. And don't let like your clouded mind get you off your track. Like, understand that life is going to come with curveballs, right? But God gave you the baseball bat to hit the home run. So even though this time you're up at the plate ready to bat, may strike out this time, but the next time you get to the plate, you might actually hit that home run. So you would not know that if you don't actually get back out there, right? Like, you don't know if you can fly if you don't take the leap. So just keep going. Like, don't give up. That giving up is not going to do anything for you. So you may as well keep going.
That's great. And baseball was a perfect example, because you're right. Like, when every time they swing, you really don't know what they're going to do next.
You don't know. You trying. You trying your best to hit that ball, but sometimes your eyes just don't connect. Like, sometimes it doesn't work. So.
There we go. Okay. But you guys, it is now time for the drink up segment.
Okay, drink up.
Here we go. So if you're out there
listening, water too.
Pull some water out and drink some water. And I have a drink up water fact for tonight. Staying hydrated can help reduce inflammation and make joints move more easily. Drinking enough water can also help the body get rid of excess sodium and waste that can cause swelling. So if you want to get on your skates and skate right, please drink some water, be hydrated. So your joints could be feeling good, and you could do all your moves.
Yes, hydration is the key. Okay, I do have a coach, and he's like a life coach basically, but yes, he always talks about how important it is to treat your body with respect, and water is the number one thing you can do for your body. So yes, and most definitely drink my water.
Yeah, there we go. Let's drink it, y'all. Go back
I
to
have
the.
some. Should I get it?
Yeah. It's the water segment.
It's not my favorite water, but that's okay.
It's okay. Look, there we go. And y'all better be out there doing it too. I can see y'all.
Right.
Now back to the episode.
Right. Drop your favorite water brand.
Oh, there we go. She said it. Oh, I should start saying that's a good one. So back to the episode. Embrace your testimony of where you came from and where you are now. I think that is super important because we've seen people blow up, whatever, and then just forget where they came from, act like they didn't come. And I think it's beautiful when you can give back, even if it's not in money, even if it's in the inspiration and acknowledgement of it. It all goes hand in hand. I love how you, on your journey, you still take the time, to embrace where you're from and everything.
Absolutely.
Community.
Because I've always admired other people who do that,
Yes.
And like I said, I've always loved my community. So I want to share whatever knowledge or gems I have. That's what we get it for. We're not supposed to be selfish.
No, supposed to pass it along, the gift. So exactly. I love that. And we already talked about this already. Celebrate your small wins. So for you, how do you celebrate yourself? It could be anything.
Oh, that's a good one. Honestly, I feel like I should celebrate myself a little more, if I could be honest. Because sometimes I feel like I can do more. And so I think, honestly, the times that I actually celebrate, and this is probably not the best thing, is when I get back around the people who genuinely know me, like my friends and my family, because that's generally when my reality kicks in, if that makes sense. Because like I said, while I'm here on tour or on stage, I'm not really taking everything in because I feel like I'll get overwhelmed, so I just kind of like approach it like almost like a job, but not in a bad way, just more like, okay, this is what I'm doing, I need to get this done, versus, oh my God, I can't believe I'm on stage with Usher, versus doing that. So I will celebrate with my family and my friends and remind myself like how far I've come, ground myself. But I will say also too, self-love, like going to the spa and Reiki or hiking, things like that, just to make sure that I am showing myself some love and giving myself a pat on my back.
There we go. Look, she named some great ways, and that's a beautiful answer. I love celebrating, especially with the people that you care about and that genuinely love you. So that's big. But you guys, it is now time for the Poet Up segment. So y'all know I like to write poetry. So here's a quote or two for one of my poems. This is from my poem Butterfly. This is in honor of not giving up and things like that. So she was like a butterfly, transformed and ready to explore. She took the time to learn how to use her wings by letting go of self-doubt and the weight of other people's opinions. So that was something short and sweet for y'all.
I love that.
Oh, thank you.
I love that. And I love the metaphor of butterflies.
Thank you. Right? We got to find our niche with it.
You got to trust that process.
Yes, literally. So speaking of lyrics and poems and quotes, what's your favorite lyric that you ever read?
That I've read? Ooh, that's a good
written.
Oh, written. Ooh. That's a good one. I wrote a lot of music.
Right. You're like so many bangers.
So many. Right. I would say, I have a few. I gotta wrap it in my head. I gotta go backwards and do it. Don't hate me for this. I'm trying to think.
You're good. I understand.
I just lost my thing. Okay, so there's this song that I have about a jealous friend. And it goes, my heart was filled with envy. F, how you feeling? My heart is in yeah, you smiling in my face. You pray that the odds work out against me. God is on my side, and it's gonna work out in the ending. See you condescending, but I keep my riders weak.
Woo! Okay, that was great. Okay.
Yeah.
That
one
was
I
a
like
quote
a
up
lot.
right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. You had to get the beat down. I love
I had to
it.
get it down. Like, all right, come on. You know what? I'm about to start singing all my songs. So if somebody asks me that again, I'm light on
You
my
have it
toes.
ready, yeah.
I don't like not being prepared.
You're like, I got it. You
Yeah.
got it. It's now time for the show up segment. So if you're out there listening, please comment as well. I love to read the comments. So for the show up segment, I'll go first. How did I show up for myself this week? I showed up for myself this week by taking my time.
Ooh,
oh my
that's
goodness.
a good one.
Oh, that and one more thing. I've been doing this thing where I'm challenging myself to not complain, and it's been amazing. Oh my, like even if I feel like a complaint wanting to come in, I'll reverse it with gratitude.
Love
my
that.
Goodness, started it last week, and I
love that.
And you realize how much you kind of do naturally complain, and you don't even realize it. So, oh my goodness, I recommend that to y'all out there listening. Let me know how that journey is going for you guys. So, Ashley, how did you show up for yourself this week?
Honestly, I've been in the gym, girl.
There we go.
Day, and I told my coach this week, I said, because he asked, like, what are your goals this week? My goal this week was to get up earlier. Now, this morning, I went to the gym at 6:30. That is probably the earliest I went to the gym, but I did it. And just making sure that I don't miss it. Like, so even when we had the travel day, I may not have been able to get up early, but I made sure I went as soon as we landed and got settled in the hotel. So that's really it. I'm doing this workout challenge. Just staying persistent. Yeah.
There we go. We're going to finish the year strong and jump, even with Thanksgiving.
Period. Oh, I'm going to have to work. I'm going to have to do 2 a day after Thanksgiving.
Well, I'm right. I'm going to eat. Woo, I got to get back running.
I'm definitely going to eat.
I love
I'm going
it.
to be in Houston too. Oh, yeah.
Oh, dangerous.
Yeah.
So I like to
I'm be with my southern family. My auntie's gonna make.
Oh, they gonna cook good for you too.
Ooh,
enjoy. And it's cozy weather. Enjoy. So I love to ask all my guests a fun question. So your fun question is, what's your favorite song to roller skate to and your favorite move to do on skates?
Ooh. All right. So this is funny because they don't assume that I love gangster music, but I love skating. It ain't no fun. Okay.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, great answer.
So that is my jam. Anything Snoop, I'm down for it, right? Because that's my dog. I love Snoop. And then my favorite move, my go-to move is the crazy leg. That's my favorite. I mean, it's not anything fancy, but it gets me in my pocket, and then I can add my little licks to it because, I've always been an inner skate gang, like one of the ones who skate in the circle. So I love the crazy leg. That is my favorite.
Can you describe that to me? Is that like when the legs kind of go like that?
How do I describe the crazy leg? Yeah, it's like one leg's going like.
Oh, okay, I've seen that.
But in place, like the legs look crazy. That's why I can't really do it, and I don't have my skates with me. But maybe I can send you a clip, and maybe you can like edit it in so that way.
There we go. The crazy leg, y'all.
Crazy leg. That's my jam.
Thank you for that. Look, I like that. I like skating to that song too. That's a good one. Look,
ain't no fun, girl. Right. That's my jam.
I like We Can Freak You, like some corrupt on there too.
That's a good one too. Yep. That one I actually skated to. It went viral.
Look. So West Coast vibe. Yeah, all right, y'all. It's now time for the wrap-up segment. So how does this relate to self-love? Self-love is loving yourself and your dreams enough not to give up on them. When we love ourselves, right? When you love yourself, you're not going to give up on you. So treat your dreams and your goals the same way. Like, keep going after it. Light your soul on fire. I think when we do what we love, we feel our best. Even if you're not getting the results that you're looking for, you still feel you're your best self. So let's practice self-love that way. So you already kind of answered this, but I asked every guest this. How do you practice self-love? Is there anything else you want to add on to what you said earlier?
Well, for one, I will say what I'm grateful for every morning.
Mm.
I will also speak affirmations into myself. And then I also try to journal every night and just try to, let whatever's on my mind off. So like whether it be my challenges, like that's a good way to kind of just give yourself that therapy, like to just get it off your brain.
Mm-hmm.
And just speak to myself. Like, I am beautiful. I am strong. I am golden. I am worthy.
Ooh.
I am wealthy.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yes.
Good answer. And final question, what do you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered for having a kind heart and being selfless. The other thing I would like to be remembered for is like breaking down barriers, doing new things that haven't been done before.
Yes. You definitely are already doing that. So
Yes.
a big clap for you on that.
Thank you.
And remember, you guys, you never know where your dreams and passions can take you. So I feel like Ashley Imani is definitely a testimony to that, an example. So let's keep pushing. Let's keep inspiring us. And I feel like, too, you guys, one thing I want to add on, even your chapter 2 is inspiring someone. The fact you started. People want to start something, but then you inspired them to even want to start in the first place. So we got to
because sometimes people may open that book on chapter 2, which would be the beginning to them, but not to you.
Yes, so let's do it. Let's go after our dreams and passions and keep growing. I appreciate you coming on. This was an amazing discussion.
This was amazing. I'm so happy you had me. Chrissy hit me up and asked me to do this, and I've been wanting to do more podcasts. So thank you for having me on here.
Yes, no problem. Like I love these type of impactful discussions, and I know you definitely touched many of us on this episode. So I'm excited.
Keep going, keep sharing your platform. It is such a beautiful thing.
Thank you, girl. You keep it up too. And before we go, can you shout your information out? Where can people find you and even see you? All that.
Absolutely. So everything is Ashley Imani, just like below here.
There we go.
So on Instagram, it's Ashley Imani. On TikTok, it's the Ashley Imani. Somebody stole it before I got there. So also on Threads, same thing. I don't really use Twitter as much, but I mean, it's the same as the TikTok, the Ashley Imani. And the YouTube, you could just YouTube my name. And then I also have a website, ashleyimani.com.
Right, so make sure y'all tap in with her music, everything. She's amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
I love y'all. You're welcome. Thank you. And I appreciate y'all tapping in to SpeakUpJV. Y'all can follow on Instagram at SpeakUpJV. My personal is at Vernisa. I'm on Twitter, everything. So tap in. Love y'all. Tell your friends about SpeakUpJV. I'll be back next Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Take care, y'all.